Hello my dear friends, it's Yuri Tvetkov, and today I'm coming to the GORKI Golf Resort, where I will work this year as the instructor and the golf, the assistant of the pro, and I will need to pass examination for the status of the pro. In this case I need to training more and more, and today is quite rainy, but if you are not playing in the rain, you're not playing golf at all. So I'm happy that I can train in such conditions, because you know that more we are playing in the not so good environments, the more we are anti-stressing against the different shocks which we have in the game. So my plan for today is a training. I will go into play 18 holes, and I will play just 2 clubs. One of them putter, and the second one is the 7-iron, because I want to receive more information about my approaching. And I'm going to play by the 2 balls because there are not so many people over there, and I can do it. It is not a restriction for that. The first ball I will play as usual from the tee shots, but the second ball I will play just approaching. And I want to start a new strategy for this training, maybe the tactic, new training drill. So on the first hole I can choose from what distance I need to play with my 7-iron, the stroke on the approaching of the green. And after that, if the result was successful and I have made Hello my dear friends, unfortunately I could not, I didn't control the, the voice, my voice on the video in this connection. I could not send it till the end, and I have started to describe my training drills for today. So what it was, I have tried to study my distances with 7-irons in approaching. In this connection, I have played 1 ball as usual, but it was mostly for the practicing, not for the scoring. But the second ball I have played from the distances which are very close to 100 meters to the front of the green. And plus that to the center of the green, it's approximately from, on the different holes, it's different from approximately 12 meters to 18 meters. So the total distance was for strokes which were made was from 112 to 130 meters. In the yards, and the average one was 121 meter. In the yards, the average distance was approximately 134 yards, 133, something like that. And my task was at first to make more gear, is it possible, the greens and regulations, and plus that to have the less proximity as it possible. So I also fixed the direction of my mistake on the right. If I go to the right side more, if I overheat, less than if I underheat, and the left if I made the stroke lefter than the pin position. So I also control the scoring on each hole. And I also used such calling the scoring distance, which is also measured in meters. It's a difference between the total distance in the meters and proximity. I have tried to use it for, that disciplining of myself, because if mistake is very big, let's say that biggest mistake was 32 meters on the 9 holes. So I have made this stroke just from the distance 100 meters to the front of the green and 112 meters to the to the center of the green. So such a huge mistake will cost me 70 to 32 meters, and in this connection I have received the scoring distance only 80 meters. It's a very good motivation to have the better that the better proximity, to achieve a better proximity, because most successful hole was the 15, where the distance to the front of the green was 110 meters. The total distance was 122 meters, and the proximity was 2 meters. In this connection, the scoring distance was 120 meters. It's quite a useful measure, and I think that I will use it even more. So currently, about the results, I am not so happy with my proximity, and I have seen that maybe four costly mistakes were made, but totally it was 6 stroke with the distance, with proximity distance more than 20 meters. It's too much than it necessary in this connection. The deviation from the distance with the average proximity 15 meters was 12%. It's a little bit more than I have expected. I prefer to have at least 10%. In this connection, I need to work with this component. But it seems that mostly I need to work with such a component of the game. You see that all mistakes, the huge mistakes, were left stroke, and I see that during this stroke I have made the huge mistake, because I have tried to play not with the hips but with the upper body. I didn't control that I need to start the hip, this swing from the hips, and I have tried to make the harder stroke, and as usual, because I was not happy with all my distances, so it was very costly for me. And plus that, it was also mistakes when I have that in distance it was 23 meters more, it was a top, and 25 meters less, it was also the the huge mistakes. In this connection, I need to work with my strongest mistakes, and the left mistakes were costly for me, because on the right my average distance of mistakes is less serious than when I'm playing to left. And to the right, I'm mostly making mistake that that I'm not tilting my body forward during the downswing, but I'm quickly tilting it straight, and in this connection it seems that I'm losing the control of the distance. But it's not so highly costly as the left mistakes when I'm trying to hit much more hard. And in this connection I'm starting to make a move by my shoulders and by my hands, and I have strokes with the impact from out to in, and in this connection it's very costly mistake. The average score, you see that it was something like to play par 3, 18 holes par 3, so the par was 54 strokes. I have placed plus 7, 61 stroke. It's good that I had not the double pars, but I have lost 2 birdies from the distance of 2 meters and 1 birdie from the distance 4 meters, and it seems that at least one of birdies I was need to make, because that from 2 meters it's approximately maybe 6 or maybe even the 7 feet, and from such a distance I need to have at least 50% probability of the one part. So by the years, it's quite normal. At the beginning was not so good for me, and the first 9 holes I had a very bad result in the GIR. In many cases, it's relative with the weather, because the weather became a little bit better on the second 9 holes, and during the first one it was very rainy, and I even start to think that maybe I will need to finish my training a little bit early. But later the weather became better, and it seems that this stress factor, the bad weather, were very influential in this connection. I need to be more concentrated in such conditions, because it was too much water on the course. Plus that, I also calculated the scrambling statistic. It's the par which were made on those holes where I had not the greens and regulation. So the scrambling was 33%, and I'm also calculating the additional indicator. It's a GIR statistic multiplied by for the scrambling statistic, and this figure is 15%. Scrambling 33%. It's also described by the fact that I have played just with the 7-iron, and this connection I'm quite oftenly playing this club, use this club for the scrambling, but not so often as the pitch wedge, for example. And with pitch wedge I had a little bit better statistics, but the GIR statistics is quite good for me. 44%, it's okay. My task is to play approximately 82 strokes plus 10. So in this connection, 44% of the GIR is it's well enough to play with such a score. Scrambling is also close to these figures, but I had a risk that I will play the double bogey on some of the holes, and this connection, to avoid this risk, to include it in the, that I need to have the better scrambling also, maybe for 1 stroke, maybe for approximately 5 or maybe 8%. It will be much more comfortable to play, and I will have the chance for mistake. And the scoring distance is just a new measurement for me in this connection. It's need to see for it in the dynamics, and I hope that it will be a good motivation for me to be more serious about the strokes, and to try to avoid mistakes, and not value the total distance, and not try to rise the total distance, because you know that certainly 121 meter is not so good for the 7-iron. I have expected that they will have maybe 15 meters, maybe 10 meters longer at average, but it's a fact that in such weather I have exactly such statistics with the 7-iron. So I can say that results were quite good for me, and I hope that this video will be also useful for you, because you know that the feelings that I am doing it correctly, because I need to be very sure in my approaching, and to be sure in my approaching I need to know distances for my different clubs. And this connection, the next time I will try to training maybe from the same distances to understand the volatility of my results. And after that I'm going to play from 150, because on the GORKI Golf Resort, for example, we have 10 par 4 holes, and on 6 of them I will make, after tee shot, I will make the stroke approximately from the distance between 120 meters and less than 120 meters to the front of the green. But on the other holes, which are longer par 4, I will need to play from the distance 150, 160 meters, and in this connection I need to have a club which need to have more experience and more better statistics on the from these distances. Thank you very much for your attention. I really hope that it will be a useful video for you. I hope to receive your feedback about it. And have a good day, have a good golf all over the golf. and I hope to see you on my channel. If you received any pleasure from this video or you think that it's useful for you, I will make more videos about the golf statistics, real golf statistics for the the average amateur players. Hope to see you on my channel. Bye.